What's up, guys? It's Kev Talks here with another video. I have a story I want to share with you, and it's about this past weekend, Memorial Day weekend. So I have a friend who is moving away, and he had a going away party. He's leaving the country. So he had this going away party, and it was all gay men, and it was a very stereotypically gay Los Angeles pool party. Just in the way that guys were dressed, the way they behaved. For example, there were guys making out in the hot tub from start to finish. And my friend is a really good guy, good values, smart, everything. But he's very into the circuit party scene. So these friends, I assume, are from that world because that was just the vibe that I got. So that might affect the rest of the story. That might be why things unfolded the way that they did. But basically the point is, had a decent time, typical barbecue, and there were drinks and everything. But I left feeling uncomfortable and uneasy. And that is because throughout the entire party, there were guys who kept flirting with me in ways that were not reciprocated by me. And we all have that happen from time to time at a bar or wherever. But I guess because this was a pool party and we were in our bathing suits, it felt even more invasive. Like a lot of the guys were very touchy-feely. And of course, this is one of those things where it's a little hypocritical because if you're attracted to the person, then it might not be as much of a concern. But there was one point where I was in the hot tub and this guy who's like an amateur masseuse was giving another guy a massage, and I had this knot in my back that was really painful, and I was like, can you help me out here? And it was a very innocuous thing, and so he was actually really good at it, and he kept doing it. And then out of nowhere, this guy on the side started like touching my chest. And I'm somebody who, I think because of the way that I was raised, it's like subconsciously I always want to save face. So I don't want to cause a scene. It's also not my home. It's my friends going away. Like I don't want to create drama or controversy. But in the moment, I didn't know how to say, like, get your hands off me. So I think I made an awkward joke like, oh, there's another pair of hands touching me. I don't really know why. And the guy just still kept kind of like gently stroking my chest. It was just weird. It was very weird. And in that moment, I finally got, what women in this like #MeToo movement talk about, where they say that sometimes you don't fight or flight, you just kind of freeze because you're not really sure what to do. And obviously it's not like I got raped or anything. I don't want to compare it to anything more serious or intense, but in that moment I understood, like, it's not that you panic, or at least I wasn't panicking. I just felt uncomfortable and I didn't want to create a scene, so I just kind of let it happen. But that happened multiple times throughout the party. At another point, this guy just started rubbing my chest hair. And I get that people are drinking and it's gay men, so it's like more casual. But to me, it's just weird regardless. Like, I don't just start touching people without their consent or without like a clear interest. Even if there was a clear interest on both sides, like you're in public at a pool party and it was just inappropriate. And when I came home, I was thinking, it's weird to me that we do live now in this Me Too era, right? And that there are people who still don't get it. Like, they still don't understand that it's not appropriate to touch other people without their consent, or to make people uncomfortable in like a sexual or flirtatious way and not second guess that. Like, I just thought we were in this era where now people get that they're not supposed to do this, and apparently not. But then I was thinking, it's also a gay party. Everybody there was a gay man. And I feel like with gay men, there's this almost like understanding that the rules don't apply. Like, you can still be very physical or very forward and it's okay because you're all gay men. And I disagree with that. I think it doesn't matter what gender you are, what sexual orientation you are. You don't touch somebody without that being reciprocated. And it's frustrating because as gay men, I think we should be more comfortable with each other, and there is a community and everything, but there also should still be a code of respect. And I made a video about this a while back, about how in a weird way as disturbing as it sounds, I was glad that Kevin Spacey, that all those allegations towards him came out, and that those stories were heard, because I feel like typically when you think of rape, when you think of sexual assault, when you think of men being sleazy, it's in a heterosexual context, and this stuff really still very much happens with gay men, but I feel like it's glossed over and we normalize it as a community. So, you know, my point of this video is just to say that this happened and I left uncomfortable, and I'm sure that I got a dose of how many women feel leaving an event, leaving the bar, walking down the street. And I'm not trying to turn this into like a social justice warrior moment by any means, but it just gave me something to think about, and I thought I would share it with you guys because, you know, talk about a lot of gay things here, and it's unfortunate because I left feeling like I don't want to be in that kind of environment anymore. Like, I don't want to be around gay guys who just drink and then lose their sort of tact or self-awareness and, you know, behave with you in ways that you don't feel comfortable or that you didn't ask for. And it sucks that then by thinking about this, it's easier to close yourself off and not want to meet gay men, not want to go to gay bars or venues where they have gay events or whatever. It sucks that it's that way, but I don't really know what the solution is. You know, I guess you just have to, I guess the solution is I should have been more vocal, and I should have, you know, cut it off in the moment when somebody was being too touchy-feely with me. But it's difficult. Like, I think you normalize it, and it's one of those things where then you come home and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why are things like this? Anyway, curious if you guys have had similar experiences and what your thoughts are on this.